first light to the game's last stand, chasing truth with controller in hand. Faith adventure, stories untold, first responder, hearts brave and bold. Be on the quest where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride. McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as you guide. Be on the quest where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride. McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as you guide. Beyond the quest where the stories grow, faith, fun, and games in the world we know. Future calls and the table is set. Take the leap, our best quest yet. Sometimes MoonPie. From the first light to the game's last stand, chasing truth with controller in hand. Faith adventure, stories untold, first responder, hearts brave and bold. Be on the quest where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride. McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as you guide. Be on the quest where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride. McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as you guide. Beyond the quest where the stories grow, faith, fun, and games in the world we know. Future calls and the table is set. Take the leap, our best quest yet. Sometimes MoonPie. From the first light to the game's last stand, chasing truth with controller in hand. Faith adventure, stories untold, first responder, hearts brave and bold. Be on the quest where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride. McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as you guide. Be on the quest where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride. McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as you guide. Be on the quest where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride. McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as you guide. Beyond the quest where the stories grow, faith, fun, and games in the world we know. Future calls and the table is set. Take the leap, our best quest yet. Sometimes MoonPie. From the first light to the game's last stand, chasing truth with controller in hand. Faith adventure, stories untold, first responder, hearts brave and bold. Be on the quest where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride. McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as you guide. Be on the quest where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride. McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as you guide. first light to the game's last stand, chasing truth with controller in hand. Faith adventure, stories untold, first responder, hearts brave and bold. Beyond the quest, where the journeys lead, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride. McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as you guide. Beyond the quest, where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride. McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as you guide. Beyond the quest, where the stories grow, faith, fun, and games in the world we know. Future calls, and the table is set. Take the leap, our best quest yet. Sometimes MoonPie. From the first light to the game's last stand, chasing truth with controller in hand. Faith adventure, stories untold, first responder, hearts brave and bold. Beyond the quest, where the journeys lead, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride. McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as you guide. Beyond the quest, where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming. Does that mean we're starting?
This episode of Beyond the Quest is recorded live and is presented unedited. That means it's happening raw, real, and in the moment. Means you might hear random buzzes, a kid cameo, or me hitting the wrong button. That's just part of the charm. Or you might hear MoonPie embarrassing himself because he doesn't realize that we're live. If there's a technical hiccup, well, that's probably McMedic's internet. Now it's time for your favorite roll call of questionable decisions. We've got McMedic, who gives boomer energy, accidental chaos, and has a hidden Timo obsession that only comes out when no one's looking. We have MoonPie with upload speed slower than a sloth on holiday, tech skills somewhere between toddler and a Bible character that's never laid eyes on modern technology. We've got Taco, the well actually guy, who knows everything and makes the rest of us feel like failures for missing it. Then there's me, Napkins, the tech whisperer, chaos manager, and occasionally the only reason why the stream works at all. Together, we're current or former first responders trying to live out our Christian faith. You can expect to hear some depth, some laughs, and at least one story we probably should have run by a lawyer first. And if it gets weird or you hear random impressions of current or former famous people or presidents, that's just part of the charm. Content warning. This show sometimes touches on heavy topics, including mental health struggles, depression, suicide, or self-harm. Please listen at your own discretion. If that isn't what you need today, take care of yourself first. If you're in the U.S., you can call or text 988 or visit 988lifeline.org. Our views are our own and do not necessarily reflect those of Slim Chance Gaming, our sponsors, or partners, though they're probably already shaking their heads. Speaking of which, this episode is brought to you by Angry Vet Nation, the nonprofit helping veterans, first responders, and healthcare professionals break into the world of streaming. They stand by brotherhood, purpose, and letting us go live unsupervised. Major respect. Listener discretion is always advised, coffee is encouraged, and prayer for our internet are always welcome. And if MoonPie gets emotional, just remember he's still figuring out life without his emotional support beard. All right, ladies and gentlemen, seatbelts on, mics hopefully on, and let's enjoy this beautiful disaster we call a podcast.
Be on the quest.
You're just feeling it.
Just feeling it.
Morning, everybody.
Sometimes you just have to go off a feeling.
More than a feeling.
More than a feeling.
More than anything. Sorry, lost it.
I'm embarrassed.
That made me think of the other night. Goat was on streaming and he yelled out, "I'm the best." And I couldn't help myself in his comments. I just started typing, "Around, nothing ever gonna keep you down." And then he started singing that because he couldn't get it out of his head. So I felt accomplished.
Nice. So I've been watching some of the playthroughs from Ghost of Yodi, and like you have to be like a blacksmith yourself in it and everything. Like, there's this one part, you literally you're heating your sword and you have to take your controller and swing it up and down like this so you can sit there and beat the metal out, and it's wild, but the graphics are absolutely insane.
Yeah, Chad. We've been saying some prayers while we were getting things set up too. But we would appreciate it if any other viewers or listeners would say a prayer for her as well.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get my thing to update. I didn't see a message.
Oh, it's Mario.
There it goes. I saw that one.
Okay.
Well, good morning, Mario. Anyways, I see the bear now. If the bear moves, I'm out.
I'm telling you, I saw his arm waving. He was going. And the cat was over here. It looked like a ribbon dancer twirled up in Napkins curtains over there. So I know it wasn't the
I
cat.
don't know what the cat is doing this morning. He's
I
He's
like
just
him,
playful.
He's a cute cat. What's his name? Morton? Miyagi. Maestro?
What was the second one there?
Milo.
Miyagi? Oh, Milo, that's it.
It was close.
You said 4 different names.
Morton Miyagi.
And Maestro.
Melgi?
And
What is
Maestro.
Melgi?
Morning, Mander.
Mediocre Mander.
Pander.
Pander 15.
15. You know, every time I call her Pander, Judah shouts out, 15! No matter where we are.
So, my stream yesterday, because of it being the month of October, and a lot of fandoms like Warhammer and Lord of the Rings and people who are really into WoW call it Orktober. I wanted to play a game that I could be an orc in. And I was like, well, I've done a lot of Elder Scrolls Online lately. I wonder if there's anything else that's free. And I found a game that was called Alids Online. And the description of it was basically if you took WoW and put it in space. So I thought, oh, that sounds kind of cool. I'll give this a shot. Good Lord, was it one of the most buggy games I've ever tried to play. And I gave it 4 hours hoping it would get better. It did not. So even on my stream live, you could see me uninstall the game at the end.
That's funny.
Yeah, and I had random people from, I'm assuming they were all from Russia, because one of them was
I am
speaking in a
player
foreign-
Russia. Me tell you, orc back glass.
Yeah, I got that comment, and I was like, thanks for your input, but I wanted to play an orc, so I'm going to do this. And then got one in a completely foreign language, like completely foreign alphabet language.
You should have sent screenshots to Napkins. He could interpret them for you.
He was interpreting some guy from somewhere in Asia that got on my ghost stream the other day. Was it China? China. Or Japan?
Japan.
Japan. I know it's
Said
one
it.
of them places.
Said, I was on there at one point when he said that he was Japanese, and your reply to him was Nissan. And
Oh,
I
yeah,
saw
that's
that
right.
pop up, and I go, what? And the guy's like, your Japanese is very good. And I was like, Nissan's Korean.
Well, then I said Toyota, Tamagotchi, Dome Origato.
I was just like, what is happening right now?
Then he said, what was it? It meant like super cool or something. And
Yeah, super cool.
he never did follow me. He said I
He
deserved it.
never said anything after super cool either.
He wasn't offended at all.
I offended him when I said Tamagotchi.
Nissan didn't do it.
I called him a tiny pocket monster.
Oh, I remember Tamagotchis.
I do too. Do you know Cracker Barrel sells those now?
Yeah, I knew they had came back as kind of like a gimmicky keychain thing for younger
Little.
kids now, but I don't understand why our generation ever actually thought they were cool, because
That's like the hit
you got
clips.
into them and then they immediately, you lost interest, and when you remembered it, it was dead.
Dead.
So,
You had to start all over. But that's like those little hit clips. You guys remember those? Where it was
Yes.
like a little square and it would play like 10
Wasn't
seconds
even a
of
full
song.
song, just a
No.
moment of a song.
where was that? I want to say that was
And we had all kinds of them little songs, thought they were cool, and then realized this is stupid.
I want to say it was at Mom's store a while back. There were some there, and I was like, what in the world? How did you end up with these?
Commander says those were the bomb.
Yeah, so you could put in a little tiny, like, old-fashioned cassette disc that
That's
played
like the
Hit Me
what was
Baby
those?
One More Time, and then that was it. Just that line of the song.
What was
Backstreet-
those that they came out with there for a little bit? Tooth Tunes, the
Toothbrush, yeah. I
toothbrush
remember
that would play music while you brushed your teeth.
Yeah, it was meant
What?
to try and get people to
I never
brush
saw
their
that.
teeth for the full time limit. Yeah, they put out a series of them that would play like a full song while you brushed your teeth.
I know the boys had a lightsaber toothbrush that it would turn on and it would like flash and make lightsaber noises until it was time for them to quit brushing their teeth. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was the same concept, but it was just a actual song playing.
Commander said the Backstreet Boys were on repeat for 10 seconds at a time. And everybody had all them little, they were all on keychains too. So you had tons of these little,
You had to sort through them for 10 minutes to listen to 10 seconds.
it was just long enough to start to get you hyped, and then it turns off. It's like, oh, I'm sad again.
Well, the one exception to that though, because immediately you're hyped with it, was Bye Bye Bye.
That wasn't Backstreet Boys.
Well, I know. I said the one exception to just enough to get you hyped.
Y'all are telling our age.
I
I'm
thought
still
it was
watching
well
that
known
bear.
that I was old.
I'm telling you, he waved his arm. If this was screen recorded, you could go back and look.
It hit screen recorded.
He means before we went live.
Were we live at that point? No, we weren't live. Were we live?
No, we wasn't live whenever you said it was moving. I never seen it move.
I'm telling you, he did. It was amazing.
Mediocre Commander. I'm now the year of our Lord.
Yeah, she turned 33 Saturday. And at that big event at Cherokee Park in front of all those people, the guy who was over the whole thing brought her out in the middle of it, and they presented her a gigantic cake, and then she didn't even get to eat it because we left at the end of the day and forgot the cake. So he fed it to his dog and sent her a video.
Oh.
Chocolate.
I don't know what kind it was.
Anyway, failures. At least someone enjoyed it. Well, you don't know if the dog enjoyed it. What if the dog got the runs?
He probably did. He's a big, stocky pit bull. His name's Waylon, and he constantly looks like he's smiling this, like, Grinch smile every time he looks at you. The end of his jaws turn up.
So the end of my shift was a little bit of an odd call. Didn't seemed like it should be odd when we were called out. We were just called out for elderly male had fallen and hit his head and had an excessive amount of blood, which is a given with a head wound. But we get there, and somehow this guy was walking across the parking lot, tripped, and fell backwards to hit his head.
Hmm.
And I asked him, "How did you trip backwards?" And he just stared at me like I was crazy. I was like, "Well, you told us that you were walking and then you tripped, but you hit the back of your head. Did you slip on a banana peel? Like, what happened here?" And then he got kind of mad, so I quit talking. I'm still vexed by that, though, because I've never tripped and fallen backwards.
Do you ever fail going upstairs?
Yes, I have. More times than I care to admit.
Aren't you technically falling down the stairs, though?
That is a faith pulse question if I've ever heard one.
I'm just saying. It's the same concept, right? Maybe he was walking backwards. Maybe he was doing the moonwalk.
Maybe he could feel it in his feet.
Doing a moonwalk.
Come on.
It's
That's
a
now-
possibility.
That's now how it happened in my head. That's exactly what happened now.
There would be
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
Who's Nick?
Y'all remember, like, it was almost mandatory when you were going upstairs, like when nobody else was around, you wanted to get up them really fast. You don't just walk up the stairs, but you kind of lean forward onto your hands too, and you all for it all the way up. Anybody
I
else?
remember doing that as a kid.
I remember when the stair rail fell over on top of Napkins. Was it Napkins or was it McMedic? I think it was Napkins. On Maple Street. You guys remember that?
Mediocre Mander, he still does that.
Mander.
Gotcha.
Told
You don't
on.
tell everything you know.
I do remember that house and the stair railing. I think it actually fell twice. I think the second time it fell outward, and somebody fell off the stairs.
I don't remember. I remember that was the house with the attic.
Yep.
Creepy attic. 2 cinder blocks. One for me, one for Medic. I also remember when Medic discovered all of the, I don't remember if it was Christmas gifts or what it was, Mom had stashed away in the attic.
Easter presents, wasn't it?
Oh, it may have been. I just remember you come running in, you're like, guys, look what I found, all these toys.
They were Flintstones
Flintstones.
action
The
figures.
Flintstones movie action figures.
Yeah.
I thought it was Rugrats.
Maybe it was Rugrats. No, maybe it was Flintstones and Rugrats. Maybe one of us got
All I know is I wasn't as near as happy once Mom found out I knew.
Oh, I think I can still remember, like I can see her talking to you. I say talking, but
We all know she wasn't talking.
She was talking with a loud voice is all.
also remember that idiot babysitter we had that microwaved milk. You guys remember that? That she was trying to make cottage cheese and kept microwaving it over and over and over. And then, was it Napkins? Took his Michelangelo, or was it Medic? One of you guys took a Michelangelo and stuck him in the microwave?
I don't remember.
Sure about that.
Oh, okay, never mind. I made it up. Oh my gosh. Do you want to read that, Napkins?
It says update on Brittany. They said they had to intubate and sedate mainly to give her a rest. They have done a full panel of labs and have sent her to CT now. Her blood sugar was so low it wouldn't read on the glucometer. They're still listing her as critical condition for now. Should be able to go see her when she gets out of CT.
Tell them to slam her with some D50 if they need to. Get some glucagon and jab it in her thigh. I'll help them doctors out.
Jab glucagon in her thigh?
Mm-hmm.
Never heard of that one.
All I can do is pray, because I don't know what any of those words mean.
Now, the second I saw
Sugar.
blood sugar low, that was my thought right there, is that could be the source of all of it. What a lot of people don't realize is with blood sugar, extremely high and extremely low, textbook, they're two different responses, but in reality, they can be the exact same response across the board. It just depends person to person. Matter of fact, MoonPie, shouldn't you know more about blood sugar issues?
I don't know a lot about them. No. I know it can go high, or if you're on the other end, it can go low. I know needles are involved, and I don't like them.
Don't you have a relative who has these issues?
Yeah, but I still don't get involved.
Mediocre Mander, what are you going to do with him? He can't help you out in an emergency at all.
Nope, I can keep everybody calm and tell everybody, quit screaming. I can't think.
Everybody likes a good joke. But I will warn you, from experience of that being like your go-to, there's a lot of families that don't like that.
That's true.
Just saying.
Well,
They also don't like it when they're in the way and being annoying and screaming in your ear when you turn around.
They either
for them to shut up and get out of the way.
Patients
or
don't
the
like it when you
patient's gonna
smack
die.
their hand and tell them to be still either while you're trying to draw blood.
wow.
usually when you crack your jokes in those moments, you either get yelled at immediately or you get to stop and stare like, what did you just do? What did you just
That
say?
just happened?
And then I had one on a ICU floor last night that I kept trying to flip his arm over so I could get to his wrist, and every time I'd flip it over, he'd flip it back like this. I'd done that like 3 times. And the last time I grabbed it, jerked it over, I said, "Don't play with me." And I thought he was sedated, but his eyes popped open and he was going. And I was like, oh. But he didn't move again after that.
And then mess with him, like when his nurse comes in, he's like, who was that guy? What guy? What are you talking about? There's not been a guy in here.
No, she come in and be like, "Is everything okay?" And I'm standing behind her going,
You should walk in a full suit one day when you go in to draw labs off somebody. just a full suit, dark sunglasses, and be like, I was never here.
No. I don't think MoonPie was here when Schizo told his story.
Oh, you know what you should do? Like, gown up in all the garb you can. Like, full head to toe, and walk in,
Full
and
PP.
they'll be like, sorry, they said you were extremely contagious.
Sorry,
They have no idea what you have. I have MoonPie in emergencies, which is why I don't have life insurance. I know where I'm going, and it's probably going to be MoonPie's fault that I get there so quickly.
You know
Words hurt.
you know that meme that goes around that says, "That's my emergency contact" or whatever, and it's people doing goofy stuff. Well, MoonPie is not Mander's emergency contact. He is the emergency.
China.
China. Listen, we can talk about it. I don't know. Everybody wants to say I'm amazing. I don't say it, but they all say it. China.
Can you imagine, like, something happened and he default to let's crack jokes and then just We got an emergency.
I don't know what happened here. It looks like someone should call 911.
I'm pretty sure that it was MoonPie whenever we were at a funeral standing outside and an ambulance went by with lights and sirens on and he goes, "You're a little late."
No, we were riding in a funeral procession
Yeah.
for our cousin at the time.
Yeah.
And an ambulance passed the procession. And
I'm
he
not
said,
proud of who I am.
We all looked at him. He's like, "Oh, did I say that out loud?"
I didn't know you could hear that though.
Quit beating on them drums, boy.
I didn't know you could hear me.
I can't tell you how many times Donald Trump has visited us in times of chaos. He is what a president! What a president!
For the people.
Speaking of Donald Trump, I guess that it would be a good segue into our Questers questions.
Oh
Oh
boy.
boy.
Wait, Donald Trump sent us a question?
You'll see how it connects.
How amazing would that be?
Memories.
New segment! New segment!
Somebody's probably offended that we do Donald Trump impersonations.
Alright. From the Sinking Fish, who listens on Spotify
That's creative.
in Florida,
That's unfortunate.
That explains a lot.
says,
Good thing he can breathe underwater.
"Well, because you all have made it painfully obvious you are conservative by the remarks from the last episode with so much stuff thrown towards liberals, does liberals not deserve respect of love of God too? Plus, curious with all the conspiracy theories towards Charlie Kirk, what's your all's thoughts?"
Do liberals deserve what? I'm sorry, your mic went a little bit robot-y.
Do liberals not deserve the respect of the love of God too?
Yes, just extra prayer. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No.
To be fair, I don't classify myself as a liberal or conservative.
Right.
No.
I feel like we poke fun at both pretty
Yeah,
pretty
We
well.
do.
I'm
Nobody's
pretty
safe.
open about the fact that if I had to fall into a camp, it'd be more libertarian. I don't want the government having any say over me, really.
I am my own man.
Yeah, people ought to be able to fend for themselves and not depend on handouts.
Oh, don't tell me you're a U.S. national.
Don't tread on me.
No, the best way to sum it up is Ron Swanson and Parks and Rec. That's the mindset I have.
The only thing I'm really going to say at this, yes, we did throw a lot of damn stupid liberal jokes last episode, but that's just because that's the thing right now. That's it. I mean, that's what you hear everybody saying. The left, the liberals, the left, the liberals. That don't mean that we believe that way. It's called jokes. It's called poking fun, and we do it to everybody, including each other.
Oh, come on. We don't do it to everybody. Who do
That
we do it
doesn't-
to?
We don't make
Name
jokes
one
enough
conservative, one Republican man. Oh, wait.
That doesn't. And furthermore, we're not God. It don't matter who we like. That changes nothing as far as who God loves. God loves everybody. That's just my 10 cents on it.
Yeah,
And as
we've
far as the
always-
conspiracy theories, there's conspiracy theories for everything. I'm not a
Right.
conspiracy theorist. Now, there are some things, I will say, I have heard a few where I'm like, you know what? You make a good point. But not any related to Charlie Kirk specifically. I'm just talking about conspiracy theories I've heard over my time that I've been like, that one's kind of plausible.
kind of an odd jump there to go from specifically mentioning the Charlie Kirk ones to all conspiracy theories, but yeah.
Well, I say that because they specifically mentioned the Charlie Kirk conspiracies, and I haven't
Yeah.
heard one yet that I'm like, yeah, that's possible.
Right.
Yeah, I've not really heard many of them. The few I have heard just don't really add up correctly. The most common one being, oh, the shot didn't come from that direction. That was an exit one. No, you don't understand how certain bullets can react when they hit a target if you believe that to be the case. I've watched the video a few times and pretty clear to me what happened there. Just saying. And, you know, a common thing we like to say is love the person, hate the sin. So, yeah, we love anybody regardless of their political leanings. Doesn't mean that we have to condone everything they do as being biblical or
That's right, and I think anything, no matter which political affiliation you have, anything you do that goes against the word of God means you are against God, because if you're against his word, you're against him. And it doesn't matter if you're extremely liberal or if you're extremely conservative. If any of those views deviate from scripture, then we as Christians should be against it. It doesn't matter what your affiliation is, doesn't matter what your background is, but what you have to understand is that God offers all people the opportunity to come to him. But the sad reality is there will be people who get more offended that they have to walk away from things of the flesh. Just like I see Mander posted there, you know, his desire is for us to lay down the desires of the world and follow him at his word. And if he gave his only son to be brutally killed for our sins, why in the world would he pardon us to baby our feelings? And that's right. That's the word of God is offensive. The word of God will it will make your flesh upset. And you know, I love the example of the rich men that Jesus spoke to. We have the rich young ruler and then Zacchaeus, both very wealthy men, both very different responses to Christ. One gets offended that he's told he has to sell everything and follow after Jesus, and he's bragging about how, oh, I've kept the law all my life and I've done all the commandments, and you know, he's done all these things. Then the other one is a chief of the publicans, a guy that everybody hated because he robbed them and did them dirty when it come tax time, and he said, Jesus, I willingly give back everything I've taken, and anyone I wrongfully took from, I'm restoring fourfold to, and I just want you, Jesus, whatever it takes. I will lay down whatever I have to just to be with you.
Many will know and few will follow.
Come on. Well, I'll break out the organ. And as far as conspiracy theories go, I usually don't play into all that stuff, just because there's no sense in getting wrapped up in that. It takes your focus off of the gospel and off of the word, and it positions you for torment, and there's no reason to get involved with that stuff. Now, there, like I said, like Napkins said, there are some stuff that you know, that I've heard before that I think, wow, that does sound a little
it's a little sus.
A little sus. There's something going on there. But I don't put on my tinfoil hat and give in to all the stuff. And I think people need to just leave Erica Kirk alone. I mean, Lord have mercy, she lost her husband. I know a lot of the conspiracy theories going around. You got people saying he went through a trap door because there was a maintenance access where he was set up at, and then you got people saying that he's living on some island that they refer to as Valhalla, and I mean, it's just it's crazy to me, the stuff that people will.
The only thing I will say about
spread
from the conspiracy theories is, I will say some of the photos I don't think look a whole lot like the guy that they arrested.
Oh yeah, I definitely think he's a fall guy for whoever shot. I will say that.
But just to add on to what you were just talking about, have you seen the new flack that Erica Kirk is getting? Because she's continuing on with Charlie stuff and whatnot. Now she's getting a bunch of crap about because she's not mourning and falling apart and whatnot. But she has children,
And she's a Christian.
And
he was a Christian.
Everybody grieves different.
Exactly.
And her, instead of choosing to fall apart and fall into pieces and be depressed and just give up, she's choosing to fight it, to carry on with the work and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people just can't understand it.
Well, and that's just what people see briefly in a public
Right.
setting. I mean, that's
Right.
not even talking about how she is behind closed doors.
And that's just more stuff to add on, you know what I mean?
Which I've not
Bless you.
watched it or listened to it or anything,
Did you
but
hear that?
No, I just assumed you were sneezing unless you were just, I chew.
I didn't sneeze. I just tried to mute it, and I was like, whoa.
no, I've not went and watched it or listened to it or anything, but I know the first episode that she actually did of the show, she actually had Eminem on as a guest, and it set records for views and listens. Like, we're talking trillions. And people are still coming out like, I can't believe she would do this so soon. It's like, but you ran and watched it as quick as you could. So why are we doing the double?
Because everyone loves drama.
And just to help sinking fish's feelings a little bit, because they may have been hurt that we don't identify as liberal or whatever. I will say I think the whole notion of labeling the shooter as extremely liberal and it's just fallen into line with a lot of the other. I think a lot of that goes on by I do believe there are people in power that we don't know, never will know, that are operating in things, and
there's always someone pulling strings.
Yeah,
on both sides.
That's who's behind the assassination, and I think that just to push an agenda, the guy that was labeled as extreme leftists and whatever else, I think he's just taking. I think he's a fall guy. He's a patsy. What's the word?
Patsy.
He's a cover up.
Yeah,
that's just my two cents.
I will say that to me, in many ways, it does kind of mimic some of the circumstances around the JFK assassination, and that evidence now still does not support Oswald as the shooter there. That there had to have either been another shooter or a shooter from a different position who took all the shots, because just what you see in the video and what occurred that day from witnesses doesn't match what's physically possible by a single person from that location.
Napkins.
Hang on. Sorry. Okay, next one comes from Anonymous.
Anonymous.
Imagine that.
Samurai.
And it's more of a statement, less of a question. And it says, "We are Christians. We love everyone." Then proceeds to spend an entire episode making fun of someone. Nice.
Who did we make fun of the entire episode? Are they talking about the Donald Trump thing?
Karen, I think.
Yeah, I think they're talking about the Karen. And here's what I'm going to give my 10 cents on this real quick, because I got to step away for 2 seconds. But all I'm going to say in response to this is, we didn't go seek Karen out. Karen messaged us, and then she proceeded to argue with our biggest sponsor to try and get them to pull sponsorship from us, even though that they respectfully told her several times before they got a little mean of, listen, you're wasting your breath. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And we give a disclaimer for a reason. If you have thick enough skin to reach out to us, we're going to respond however we deem appropriate. Number one. Number two, you can love somebody and still make fun of them. We make fun of each other constantly.
All the time.
Constantly. If we didn't, we couldn't stand each other.
Well, actually,
it comes from love. It comes from love. Just because you make fun of somebody don't mean you don't love them. Um, and lastly, I can love somebody. I don't mean I like them or agree with them.
Right? It's like I'll be at your funeral, but we ain't going on vacation together. Just be thankful we didn't fashion a whip and come find you and drive you out of town.
Well,
Start throwing tables over.
I should probably not say that. Anywho, anything else to add on that one before I read the next one?
I just kind of felt like your response was in line with Talladega Nights. All right, tough love it is.
Grow up, stupid.
Stupid.
All right. This next one is directed specifically to Taco, and it comes from another anonymous listener. And it says, "Isn't it wrong for a Christian to have dark humor? Most dark humor is not love, and most of the time it's offensive things and such. So how is it Christianly to not only have dark, twisted humor, but to sound so proud about having it? I would think that would be something to pray for God to take or change from you."
I don't
Now
see
I'm going to step away for a
how
second.
they're coming to that conclusion. Like, what about dark humor is inherently non-Christian? They're not given any examples of how that fits. Just
I think
because
they're
it's not
saying
your
a
type
lot
humor
of.
doesn't mean that it's bad.
I think they're saying like a lot of dark humor is just where it's twisted, and a lot of dark humor can be offensive, I guess. Just from most of the dark humor nowadays, anyway, or from what you hear or anything, or I guess the word I would use though would be more of a lot of dark humor just comes across as morbid.
Yeah, a lot of people these days don't really know what dark humor is. They either think of it as
Going, we gotta catch up, chat. Mander Pander 15
She's
is
out of control.
she's having a time over here in chat.
she's ranting there.
Okay, I'm gonna make a
She
statement
said,
anonymously. LOL. Liberals are always saying, "Just let us be, love us, don't talk about us, don't make fun of us," when that's all that they do to us. And to clarify, I do love them, love everybody. God knows my heart, and I pray for them. Think about this: the haters are still watching, still listening, growing the numbers. Holla! You forgot to throw your little sign, yo.
Deuces.
But I think part of the problem is most people don't understand dark humor. In their minds, it's either meant to be shocking or kind of raunchy or something like that. But most dark humor isn't quite done that way, at least not in my experience. Yeah, I'm sure to a lot of people it'd be like, I can't believe you would make a joke about that or you would say something like that. But I don't quite see how me having dark humor is inherently a anti-Christian thing.
I don't remember
plenty
where
of-
that commandment was given.
I've known plenty of people in the church that also have dark humor.
The Panda Gang.
She said, "Can we start that?" I don't know what she's had this morning, but she's out of
I
control.
think, so the way I look at it, because to me it sounds just more like they're set on like dark humor is a sin, period, just because they think morbid is offensive, I guess. But which a lot of the dark humor, just to be honest with you, a lot of that come from working in EMS. Like it's like a coping mechanism, I guess. But the way I look at it too is, I hate mushrooms. I hate the way they taste. I hate the texture of them. I don't like anything about mushrooms. But if you love mushrooms, eat them. You know what I mean? Like if if it's not your cup of tea, like,
everybody to avoid them.
you know what I mean? Like,
Well, I think too. I think people, when they think of dark humor, like you were saying, I think they automatically assume it's something morbid. But dark humor is also like very dry and full of satire, and you can even see that in.
Same. You are now initiated into the Panda Gang. That was the qualifier.
Mander, I don't believe bacon has caused...
Has she had sleep? What is going on here?
I don't know.
I'm starting to wonder if you need to go check her blood sugar. It might be too high.
Oh, anyway.
Holla.
Jesus even used like satire and kind of what I would call dry humor when he was talking to the Pharisees. Like he told them things like you can strain out a gnat but swallow a camel, you know, and tells them they're whitewashed tombs. Say, oh, you look good on the outside, but inside you're empty.
Yeah, Paul did the same thing.
Oh yeah.
His letters to the Greeks.
Well, I mean, if you also think of it like there's some people that love comedy movies and some people love horror movies. Some people can't stand horror movies. Like,
yeah, should we start
I think
against people who love horror movies? Well, Christian. Napkins, you can't play your scary games no
I was getting
more.
ready to say that kind of circles back to the scary games and the talk of, you know, you can't play those because they're demonic, or, you know, Harry
No
Potter.
more
If you
jump
watch
scares. They are bad.
if you watch
All
Harry
these
Potter,
jump
you're
scares make
destined to
me
hell.
sad. Oh gosh, don't. Isn't the author of Harry Potter like conservative and?
She is considered conservative by the liberals today
Oh, okay.
because she is pro-gay rights. She is anti-trans rights because she feels that the trans movement as a whole is attacking women's rights as a whole. And even the cast from the movies are now coming against her on that. And yeah, she recently put out a big thing telling them that you don't know what reality is. You've had your life on a silver platter since you starred in these movies. So
Yeah.
you really shouldn't be telling people in the real world what's right and what's wrong.
Holla.
I think another way to like look at it would be God gave us free will, you know. He gave everybody different personalities.
Yes, he did.
Everyone has a different one. Some are more annoying than others.
China is annoying.
But I also think that's you know, one way that God makes everybody unique. You know what I mean? Like, not everybody is the exact same in every aspect. Period. It's some people find some things funnier than others. Some people don't. I don't understand what a big hang up is on it. If you don't think it's that funny, don't laugh at it, I guess. But that would be too much common sense to handle.
This is going to go full circle. You ready? I'm going to connect it full circle right here.
Uh-huh.
That's kind of like
liberals.
That's kind of like the hate mail from Karen. It might not be your cup of tea, and it might offend you, but that doesn't mean that everybody else has to change because you got your feelings hurt or you're offended.
Well, last time I checked, God is the judge.
As we watch our numbers go down.
Wait, so I'm thinking about something here. Since
that's dangerous.
Napkin's logo is the panda, does this mean that he and Mander are both in the Panda Gang?
They're the leaders of the Panda Gang.
I'm confused. I thought I was in the Panda Gang.
You hit the qualifier.
The gang is growing.
Mander Pander 15 is my recruiter.
Napkins is, in fact, in the Panda Gang.
Now you have to have shirts that just say Panda Gang.
They can't say
just
panda,
the,
though. They have to have the panda.
yeah, just the emoji.
You guys wear those, and then those little beanies that look like panda heads.
Welcome, Mama. The biggest thing you've missed this morning is apparently Mander is on something. She claims it's bacon. We disagree.
Mander's on something. She's going crazy. Taco's going to hell because he has dark humor, and we're all conservative because liberals are weird. I don't understand.
And apparently Donald Trump is not good in emergency situations.
Now that you've been caught up, and be praying for Brittany.
Yes.
You believe in life after love.
God made us in His image. He did not make us to be the same. Was that a MoonPie whale? Is that what that was?
Pretty sure it is.
Sometimes I wish God had made me taller.
Napkin.
Alrighty, moving right along. This one comes from Faith Pulse.
Faith Pulse is here.
It's directed to everyone, and it says, I heard this question on another podcast, and I thought it would be a great one to ask you all. Is every person in the world a child of God?
I saw your cat.
The answer is no.
I see your
told
cat.
The Pharisees, when they were not listening to him and following after what he said, you're of your father, the devil. Every person is God's creation, but not every person is his child unless they choose him as their father.
Yeah, I would say that once you've reached the age of accountability, you now have to choose to accept Christ as your Savior, to be a child of God.
Agreed.
Shut that cat.
I did knock him down, yes.
He was just like, don't. Nobody else see.
Panda Gang?
Same answer at the same time, MoonPie.
Panda Gang.
Brittany update. Glucose is coming up. It's at 70. Last finger stick. They're going to do an MRI concerned about head bleed due to her hitting her head so hard. I did get to see her for a short minute prior to them going to the MRI. And now MoonPie has been initiated to the Panda Gang.
Well, the Panda Gang and all of its constituents will continue to pray.
Alright. Our final entry as of right now comes from Mysterious Potato.
Wait, didn't we get a potato last week too?
Yeah, he's the one who said, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
I want you all to know I used that throughout the whole day and the days to come.
Don't worry about it.
The wife would say something and I'd be like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Mysterious Potato says, squirrels are such majestic creatures. You ever watched one tear a nut in half? Wild.
Don't worry about it.
We have a friend in Florida. We call him Grandpa Dave. And every morning, he's got a lanai built on the back of his house, like one of those screened-in patio things. And every morning, he goes out there and opens up his screen door, and he sits with a bowl of peanuts. And these squirrels come in and get on his lap and take peanuts out of the bowl and then go back up their tree. It is majestic.
They're majestic. Have you ever seen one caught in a shoebox, let loose in a church house?
It starts revival. Watch out, beautiful it is.
Will somebody please read Mander's last message?
I've seen one attack someone and poop on their head. Not part of the Panda Gang, obviously.
I have so many questions.
When did you see a squirrel attack and poop on somebody?
And who was the poor person?
And are they not allowed in the Panda Gang because they got pooped on?
Or is the squirrel not part of the Panda Gang?
I'm so confused.
Same.
I'm an emotional roller coaster.
Yes, both. That does. What?
Don't worry about it.
Mander,
What matters? That's what Judah says all the time.
are you on
Well,
drugs?
He says, "What matters?"
Napkins,
Saturday.
do you have anything you have to read?
Yes, this episode is proudly supported by Angry Vet Nation. At Angry Vet Nation, the mission has always been clear: to give back to those who give everything, the ones who stand the watch when the rest of the world sleeps, who misses birthdays, holidays, and family moments so the rest of us can live safe, free, and cared for. And now, Angry Vet Nation is expanding that mission. They're proud to still stand behind veterans and first responders, but now they have decided to welcome in nursing and healthcare professionals, the everyday heroes who sacrifice so much for all of us, because it's about time somebody took care of those who took care of everyone else. There are some exclusions. To learn more, email chad@angryvetnation.org. That's chad@angryvetnation.org.
AVN, you have an open invitation to join the most prestigious Panda Gang.
At this point, I'm thankful she's not trying to add me.
Or should we all be wondering why you're the only one that's not in the Panda Gang?
Well,
It's because
actually-
of my salty dark humor.
We graciously accept.
I'm starting a podcast. I need more coffee for this.
Taco can join as well.
He got the pity vote. Was that our only submissions?
Mm-hmm. That's it for now.
Well, what's on your brains, fellers? Anything you would? Well, what's wadded your napkins? Let's start there. Let's get through our one segment we got to do.
I don't really have anything.
Yes, welcome in. Bamboo shoot will
Will be mailed.
mailed out shortly.
Okay. How is it prestigious when you're adding everybody? I'm just curious.
Because you know how many people are in the world and how many are not in the Panda Gang?
Right?
Just saying. I bet Karen is not in the Panda Gang.
MoonPie, a couple weeks ago at work, I was at a Sheets, and they had all sorts of pumpkin-themed drinks. And I thought of you, and I almost got one. Then realized, no, I'm a man. I don't like that stuff.
I'm not a 16-year-old white girl.
We were at
I did try pumpkin spice moon pie the other day, and let me just say, there was nothing mediocre about it.
we
That was the thing.
we were at the store the other day getting some coffee creamer, and they didn't have what I usually get, and I grabbed pumpkin spice coffee creamer, and my wife went, "Pumpkin spice? I didn't think you were a pumpkin spice person." I'm not. You know, it's just that time. It's season, you know.
At moon pie, we need Sporge and Gorgio. What?
What?
Sponsorship.
Okay, so the Panda Gang's Italian. Italian pandas.
Parmigiano.
We're trading our bamboo for pasta.
The Panda Gang is now like part of the mob.
Sorry.
You want to
on
be in the
that,
Panda
I was
Gang?
talking and it scared me and my finger slipped.
Scraptuli.
So you're easily startled. We know that you're not a fan of the horror movies then.
I'm still on ads, so I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, it's got a minute left on ads.
Oh my gosh. We just now got another submission.
Don't worry about it.
The name says, "I'm the squirrel." And it says, "I told my therapist I have commitment issues. She replied, 'You've been seeing me for 3 years. I haven't been back since.'"
That is a good example of dark humor.
Well, I guess you and the squirrel are going to hell. What are you going to do now?
I'll have company, I guess.
Wah,
Have y'all seen that meme? Or it's like, I think it was a commercial. It said it was this kid sitting beside his dad. He's like, "Dad, what's dark humor?" And he's like, "You see that man over there with no arms trying to push this kid on the swing?" He said, "Dad, I'm blind." He said, "Exactly."
Another one from the Squirrel that says, "My toxic trait is thinking I can fix anything with duct tape, prayer, and a YouTube video."
I feel that.
Do you work in EMS, Squirrel?
WD-40.
Napkins, is this actually just you?
No.
Panda Gang is back.
That's all it takes. Oh, I do want to get your all's take.
Well, actually.
I do want to get your all's take on this 3-eye atlas. This
What?
intergalactic object that's driving around the solar system right now.
I obviously don't keep up with stuff. I have no idea what you're talking about.
You guys haven't heard about this? They thought it was the size of Manhattan and then discovered it was so many times larger than they thought. It got close to the sun and the sun shot out a big beam directly towards it and it like absorbed it and come back around and now it's like passing by Mars or Jupiter, I think.
It's Thanos.
It is Thanos.
It's Thanos, obviously.
How many of us do you think is going to make it?
It's not part of the gang for sure.
It's a giant meatball. Yeah, woohoo! Here we go.
No, that's the first time I've heard of it. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Wow. Yeah. So it come from. Hold on. Let me just pull it up. I'll just pull it up because I don't want to tell you wrong. All right. It is an interstellar object that has entered our solar system, and it's notable for its hyperbolic orbit, which confirms its origin is from outside of our solar system, and its high rate of speed. It'll pass Earth it'll pass its closest point to the sun on October the 30th. And I was trying to figure out where it comes. It was
first spotted in July of this year.
It's the Millennium Falcon.
It's the third known interstellar object to pass through our solar system.
It's the Millennium Falcon.
Who are these people that are listening to our podcast this morning?
I don't know, but I love our fans.
Well, this just came in, and it's... The name literally says Dave from Wisconsin.
Well, you asked who. That's obviously Dave.
It says, "Hey guys, love the show, loving the comedy this morning. I just wanted to share that this past Sunday, I accidentally told my pastor, 'Love you too,' after he said God bless. So yeah, looking for churches now."
That's the same reason I had to change McDonald's.
Wait, what?
You never done that? Like you be in the drive-thru and they'll say like, say it's your birthday.
He is invited to the gang.
It's my birthday, and they're like, "Well, happy birthday," and you're like, "You too," or "Enjoy your food, you too." You never done that? I do that all the time.
I have patients all the time. I'll be like, "Hope you feel better, buddy," and he'll be like, "You too," and I'm like, "I didn't know I felt bad."
You're the one in the hospital?
Don't you put that evil on me.
Don't you do it, Ricky Bobby. That's pretty good now. Wasn't there
another one from Dave from Wisconsin?
I want to say it's is it Facing the Giants movie? No, it's Courageous. Where the sheriff calls the cop, and he's like, and he's talking to his wife. He's talking to both, and he's like, "Love you."
Dave from Wisconsin again says, also wanted to share this that I heard from someone at my church on Sunday. He said, this morning I prayed for patience, then immediately got stuck behind someone doing 5 under the speed limit in the fast lane. God's got jokes, guys.
They say he don't have a sense of humor.
That's not true. He made me. It's got to be.
China.
Those are moments when I look up and I'm like, that's a show-off moment.
Amanda said that he has an invitation to the Panda Gang. Dave or God? Who is that to?
Both.
There you go, Lord. Let me enjoy my L8. So crisp, so refreshing.
Winchester Swamp Water.
Go buy some. And if you don't live in or near Kentucky or surrounding area, then go to the Cracker Barrel and you can buy one there because they got them on their shelf.
MoonPie.
Get on their website.
MoonPie.
Yes.
You're wasting your breath, bub.
Oh, did that not happen?
No. They have exhausted their budget for the rest of this year.
How?
Don't drink this cat pee.
In reality, they actually sat down and listened to some of the recent episodes and were like,
Yeah.
oh, no,
Yeah, that's probably more like it, because I had like two or three other sponsors that I was in talks with that I just got emails from this past week that was like, for one reason or another, they pulled out the proposals, declined the proposals. So
It was obviously your all's fault, not mine, so.
Right.
There are a few people that comes in the store and I said I love you when they're leaving. Well, now I say it a lot, and those that don't know me will just look at me.
I love you too, crazy lady. Thanks for the deals on some goodies. Yoo-hoo. Big summer blowout.
Swedish now? Norwegian, maybe?
Big summer blowout.
that is something I could talk about this morning.
Okay.
So Friday night, there was just 2 phlebotomists for the whole facility. And we had a total of 42 deferrals for 2 phlebotomists. And I went down, and they called from ER, and we always prioritize ER. ER and ICU is our top priority. So they called from ER and had a difficult stick. So I go down, I get this patient's blood, take it to the lab, drop it off, and then we go to the children's hospital. And we were in the middle of the children's hospital, and they call me from the lab, and they're like, hey, what did you do with that purple tube? I said, I gave it to the receiver in the lab. They said, well, the green one's resulted, but the purple one hasn't. And I said, okay, well, you need to call the lab. She says, okay, and hangs up. Well, then the lab calls me. Yeah, that was the lab first. The lab was like, well, the green one resulted, but we can't find the purple one. We're looking for it. I said, well, I gave it to the receiver. She said, okay, well, we're going to go look for it. I said, okay. Well, then the nurse calls me. And she's like, hey, what'd you do with that blood? I said, I gave it to the receiver in the lab. She said, well, the green one's resulted, but the purple one still says it's in transit to lab. I said, it's not. I gave it to the receiver in the lab. I'm in the middle of children's hospital. I can go look for it, as soon as I'm done. And she said, well, I don't know why you have to be such an a-hole. And I said, whoa, hold up, hang on. First off, I wasn't, but now I'm going to be. I said, what sense does it make that I would give them the green tube and then hold the purple tube on my cart for nearly an hour?
Now they won't have it, and they'll have to keep calling me.
And she said, again, I don't know why you have to be such an a-hole, and I hung up on her. So I go to the lab, and they had found the tube They had fixed the problem and put it back on the line, so it was in process. And she calls lab while I'm standing there. And she says, I was just talking to somebody in phlebotomy and I want to know who it was. And the receiver, because he's got a sense of humor, just said, hang on a second. Hey, Joe, it's for you. And handed me the phone. And I said, lab? And she said, I was just talking to somebody and I don't know if it was you. And I said, it was me. My name is Joe. I'm with lab. And I said, and yes, I did hang up on you. And she said, well, again, I don't know what the deal is with the attitude. I said, hang on. I said, can we have a nice adult conversation? And I will tell you what happened. I said, or are you going to continue to be nasty with me? And she said, I just don't understand why you have to be such an a-hole. And I went, click.
He's figuring out how not to let his napkins get wadded.
So, yeah.
Some people's kids, man.
Some people's kids.
I mean, obviously, we know you just put the other tube in your pocket and just ran around with it.
Yeah, I know. It's just so that she would have to call me.
If they're gonna give us so much work, I'm gonna make other people work.
Every time
The gang would never behave that way.
every time I seen that nurse after that, the looks that she shot me.
Do you do them back?
You kill them with kindness, bro. You smile.
You should start
I've
doing
been-
this look.
Throw a wink.
I've been wearing this sweatshirt. I don't know if you can read it. I think it might be backwards, but it says "Sad, stay another day." So it's kind of like a, yeah. I don't know.
You should look at them look every time you pass and start going.
Well, okay. So then the plot thickens
going.
because this same night, the person that was
Plot
working with-
thickens.
the person that was working with me was technically responsible for doing like the babies, the NICU, nursery, stuff like that. And they had some lab orders in for 3 a.m. in the nursery. So stable babies, healthy babies. The entire time I've been at this hospital, we have never started getting baby blood before 5 a.m. In fact, if we try and get it before 5 a.m., we typically get yelled at. So they call us at 4. And they're like, these babies had blood work due at 3. And this is a new nurse, so we're trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. And the other phlebotomist is the one talking to her, and she says, I understand, but we typically don't start morning labs for babies until 5 because a lot of those are discharge labs. And she said, well, if we wanted them at 5 or 6, we would have scheduled them for that.
Ooh.
And the phlebotomist says, well, there's 2 of us here. And she starts yelling to the point that the phlebotomist sets the phone down on her lab cart, and I could hear her with an AirPod in my ear. And so what do? I just reach over and go, click. So she calls main lab, wanting to know our names and everything. This is why I'm looking for the tube. And I tell the other phlebotomist about it. So whenever the other phlebotomist finally gets around to doing morning labs and babies, the nurse comes in there to the phlebotomist, and the phlebotomist grabs her badge, holds it up, and says, my name is, and spells it for her, and says, if you're going to put in a report, at least spell my name right. So then she calls down to lab wanting to know who the supervisor is, and they tell her who the supervisor is that's coming in, but that she wouldn't be there till 7. And she says, that's fine. I'll just come have a conversation with them in person. And the supervisor's like, well, she wants to come down here and have a conversation in person. She ain't going to like me because there was only 2 of them last night. And technically by policy, they don't even have to do babies when there's just 2. It's supposed to be a day shift priority.
Well. Hashtag Panda Gang.
That should be your new thing. Right before you hang up on people. Panda Gang.
said bye.
Did he just say Panda Gang?
Next time you see
So
that,
confused.
next time you see that nurse who was giving you the stink eye, you should just stop and say, "Hey, are you hungry or something? Do you need a Snickers? Like, you seem like something's wrong."
Just pack little Snickers on your cart.
Bite-sized ones.
You're not you when you're hungry. We're at the South Side. Panda Gang is where it's at, yo. Okay, you need to calm down.
You were much too white to be talking that way.
Well, she's from Mud Creek.
We also had a code blue in CT, and that was fun. Because the hospitalist responded to it, but it's supposed to be an ER priority, so the ER doctor comes to it, and he's got his, puffed up ego. And he's like, "This is an ER patient. Why are you even here?" And he's like, "Well, obviously I beat you here." And this hospitalist is like doing compressions on this patient,
Oh my
mind you.
gosh.
And the ICU doctor comes down because it's a code, and they typically come down and consult at bedside and everything because 3 minds are typically better than 1. And the ER doctor looks up at the ICU doctor and says, "This is an ER patient. You have no business being here." So the ER doctor says, the ICU doctor says, "ICU, let's roll."
Wow.
And then they call for a pulse check. So the doctor that's doing CPR stops and feels for a pulse and asks for the Doppler. And the ER doctor looks at the hospitalist and says, "You either feel it or you don't."
Wow. If I ever get sick, please don't let it be around Pike County.
I'm wondering which ER doc that was, because I can think of a couple of them who would act that way.
Well, then
Mud Creek Mafia respects the gang. I bet the Wayland Warriors don't.
Then he starts like having a hissy fit because he's not down in the ER, and he's like, "I can't do anything else here. We need to get it down to the ER." And mind you, they're still doing compressions on this patient.
Morning, Ninja.
He's like, "Somebody just jump on the bed." So the hospitalist jumps on the bed, straddles this patient all the way down to the ER.
Wow.
It was a wild weekend, to say the least.
Ninja said that person must not be part of the Panda Gang.
A lot of ER doctors are very arrogant. I've gotten a few arguments with a few of them.
I think the funniest and most ironic and like just in your face moment for me was that same doctor had called us. Well, he hadn't called us, but his nurse called us for a difficult stick, and it was for blood cultures. And we go down to the ER, and by the time we get down there, the doctor's coming out of the room. The doctor himself. And he's like, "I got it. You don't have to worry about it. I've already got the cultures." We was like, "Okay, cool." We go back to lab. Whenever those blood cultures resulted, they were contaminated.
That actually did remind me that I found a way to watch that new EMS movie, Code 3. I will say it is not family friendly by any means, but I really enjoyed it, and they definitely did their due diligence for the movie as far as being accurate and portraying things, even the medical stuff. And they don't pull any punches when they call out the large disparity in healthcare between the way that healthcare in a facility is treated versus EMS. And not even just that, but they, at one point early in the movie, they're showing the salaries for all the different jobs. And it does highlight how like law enforcement and paid firefighters are kind of on the low end of pay. But right before it gets to the actual EMS personnel, it even highlighted the fact that the janitors in the hospitals on average get paid more than EMS does. And they call it out. They call out the way that the system is jacked up from the ground up, and how a lot of times it's hard to feel like you're actually doing something that matters when you work in EMS. So I give them full credit for that, and I'm hoping that maybe some of the press for this from this movie will start to kind of shine a light on first responders, especially, and the way they're treated by a lot of society.
I mean, it's not a stretch to think that with the assistance of Google and AI, you could just become a family doctor.
Just ask ChatGPT.
Like, this person's in here, and they're saying, "Oh, okay. Looks like you got a bruise on your left foot."
Oh, the number of times that I've stared blankly at facilities and just been like, you called for an ambulance because they have a bruise on their forearm. And I'm not kidding. I've been sent on many calls for that exact thing. And their excuse.
I literally got sent
Well,
on a
it's-
911
it's
for a
policy.
stubbed toe.
Yeah.
Wow,
Mm-hmm.
that's
And a lot of
ridiculous.
I think the worst, as far as that I can think of anyway, right off, was whenever I worked for 911 and somebody called 911, wanted an ambulance. And I said, okay, what's going on with you? Well, I just went to my family doctor today and got diagnosed with the flu, and I'm just weak all over and don't feel good.
Yeah.
You know what ones
Sounds
used
like the
to
flu.
be like one of my biggest pet peeves that would aggravate me? I called my family doctor and they told me to call you all because I need to go to the
Oh.
ER.
My gosh.
Did
And
they,
then-
or did they tell you to just go to the ER?
And then you get there and their actual complaint is, well, I just haven't been feeling okay today. Well, what do you mean? Well, I don't know. I just haven't felt good today.
Chad says they just talked to the trauma team. MRI is more so a precaution. She was trying to fight sedation on them once they got her glucose up, so they're hoping that the extremely low blood sugar was the root cause of everything.
It's a very good possibility.
Yep. I'm sure she'll probably have concussion if she hit hard enough. I'm gonna say most likely she's gonna get a pretty clear MRI though if she was already fighting sedation. But we'll keep her in prayer anyhow.
That's right.
No, I definitely recommend to people who want to see a realistic look to seek out that movie. It's available to rent through streaming methods now. Apparently, they didn't do a nationwide theatrical release, though.
Yeah, no one ever cares about the EMS people.
Wah, wah, wah.
I don't know why that reminded me. So, church service yesterday. The message is about, like in Psalms, when it's talking about, praise with the stringed instruments, and and it's listing all these different things, and it come to the verse of with all the symbols, they accidentally skipped that verse and then went back and done it, and after the service they were like, I'm so sorry I skipped your verse about the drums. And I said, yeah, it's okay, everyone always forgets about the drummer.
Hurtful.
She is technically out breathing the vent, which is good. Yeah, they're going to probably have to take her off the vent pretty soon, unless they knock her out more.
Yep. Usually, when that's happening, they're not sedated enough, or they need to just go ahead and take them off the vent.
Napkins.
Yes.
That was a very, very nice yes answer.
Very zen moment there for Napkins.
What you got on your brain?
Oh, me just multitasking. Talking to Mario, talking to Chad, watching chat. All the things.
All
All of the things?
All of the things.
MoonPie, what's on your brain? Because he didn't give me an answer. He just told me what he's doing.
Well, let's see. We're heading to Danville, Kentucky tonight to be in a camp meeting. through Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday we're preaching at Flemingsburg in another camp meeting. That's about it.
Again, he didn't really tell you what's on his mind.
Let's try that
My wife-
again.
My wife started a gang, and I don't know if I should be concerned or proud.
This is true.
Yeah, actually, because of all of that, if she's planning on continuing that, instead of doing what I'd planned with my new Warhammer army and just selecting a few of them to put like our names on, I might have to have her start keeping a list of everyone she's inducting into the Panda Gang and send it to me. And once I paint these up, put members of the Panda Gang on every one of the miniatures as I get them finished.
Don't mess with
You know, if I
MoonPie's
ever-
wife. I
if
hear
I
she's in a
ever
gang.
happen to, if I ever happen to make affiliate, that's what I'm gonna have to call like my subscribers is Panda Gang.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Panda Gang.
Me too, Chad. Me too. I gave up on it about 2.5 months ago, but it's okay.
Now y'all are making
Still
this
here.
really sad.
It's still here.
It gave me a guaranteed delivery date, then said parts will on back order. I have threatened to pull our newly signed partnership agreement.
Tell them
so
you
we
know a
shall
gang
see.
member. You will sick them on them.
You know a gang.
You're gonna send the Panda Gang their way.
Listen, he's part of a gang, so I don't really want to make him mad. So we kind of need to get this going.
To be fair, if we're actually legit calling this the Panda Gang and Napkins is the head of it, you don't want Napkins calling you with a complaint, especially if
Put
you have
Napkins
a customer
on 'em.
service line.
Napkins and Chad team up. You got Mander in the background
No.
hyping
How
them
does
up.
that?
like,
How's that
really
supposed to
wanna
work?
You really want to scare them? Then me and Amy need to team up.
I'm just wondering how that's supposed to work if
We
you call them,
need-
because I don't. If you're calling them, your hang up method isn't going to work.
Oh no, that's just so I don't lose my job. That nothing to do with customer service.
I mean, what are they gonna do? What are your coworkers gonna do? Complain to their boss? I was cussing him out and he just hung up on me.
Mander Pander and Sleepy Ninja have called a meeting because Napkins did not start this Panda Gang.
Nobody said I started it, but I've been a panda since the beginning of being
Time.
Napkins. So
From the beginning of time.
To be fair, earlier in the episode, when you commented about Napkins and using the Panda logo and everything, he made the comment that she is the recruiter for the Panda Gang, and she said yes.
Panda Gang.
Now she claims she's been a panda since the beginning of time. Okay.
I'm so confused.
I've never known of a panda who
What
did,
was in the bacon?
dance team.
What was in the bacon? I'm confused and a little sad because I'm out of L8.
I thought we didn't like L8.
Yeah, remember?
I love to hate it. Hate to love it. I'm a roller coaster of emotion right now.
You look like a roller coaster of emotion.
And I have no support to lean on.
Gang members can't trust them.
My face is so cold.
Did any of you happen to watch the very long video I sent to you all last night of the comedian?
No, I think I had. Was I in bed when that came through, or did I just not watch it yet?
I don't know. I've had a headache since I cracked my head on the sink yesterday, so I didn't watch a whole lot of anything.
It was a stand-up bit by the comedian Shane Smith, and he has completely revamped his entire thing in recent years. He's always been known as a sober comedian, like no alcohol, drugs, or anything like that, because he actually went through a crazy time when he was young. And in the last year or so, he actually has gotten saved. So he's cleaned up his act to reflect that more. And when you see him, your first thought is not, I bet he's a good Christian comedian, because he is covered in tattoos, literally from his forehead down. And he makes fun of the fact that he is covered in tattoos and comments about how you can look at me and see that I'm not very good with consequences. But in the one I sent to you all, he's telling the story of how when he was young, he had seen a flyer one night for a karate tournament that somehow he interpreted as a no-holds-bar UFC tournament. And decides, I can win this. And he signs up for it. He goes and tells all of his gang member friends about this. And they're like, yeah, we're going to come. And they're like, what division are you fighting in? Black belt, of course. But you don't have a black belt, Shane. That's fine. It won't be a problem. And it wasn't. Because I went to the store and I bought a black belt. The guy behind the counter upsold me a pair of nunchucks. He said, look at me. This happened in 2005. Face tattoos weren't common in 2005 or popular. You looked at me then and you knew this guy's in a gang. And the guy behind the counter saw me and his thought was, I'm going to upsell this guy and get those shoes I've been wanting. He said, so not only did he upsell me, I actually got arrested for knocking a guy out with those nunchucks.
Oh my
and he goes on a tangent to explain this. So, the gang he was a part of had all went out to a bar and were drinking and started a bar fight. And he said, wait for me, guys, and pulled the nunchucks out of his pants. And he said, that alone sounds kind of tough, right? Step back for a moment and think about this. I was in my mid-20s going around to bars with a pair of nunchucks on me. I was an idiot. He said, but I pull these out and first swing around with it because I didn't even watch the first YouTube video on how to use these things. I cracked my hip with it. I'm like, how do people do this? And then I see a guy and I hit him as hard as I can and I knock him out and I was immediately arrested. And I will always remember this night because as the cop is leading me out, handcuffed, he whispers, Michelangelo was always my favorite too. Like, the guy is hilarious when you find his stuff. I didn't know about him getting into church and getting saved and stuff until just this past week it started popping up all that. But
Do y'all know who Catfish Cooley is?
Yeah.
Did y'all know he is now sobered up and saved?
No, I did not know that.
I didn't either until the other day. When I mentioned it to my wife and she said, who's Catfish Cooley?
I don't know who he is either.
I don't know what to think about you. You don't know who that is, but you just went on a big tangent about some other random person that was popping up on your social media. But Catfish Cooley's never popped up on your social media. I'm sorry. I'm going to say Facebook. That way you understand what I'm talking about.
Not that I'm aware of.
Napkins, a little help here?
You don't want my help because
Catfish Cooley, who dat?
That's what I'm thinking.
Y'all don't know who Catfish Cooley is, really?
Mander, I think you would know him if you seen one of his videos because I used to watch them all the time.
Hang on, let me Google here.
And think, wow, what's wrong with this guy?
Yeah, like he would take
He would do stupid stuff.
Yeah, like just chug like big things of liquor fast they can or something.
While jumping on top of like a bunch of thumbtacks and
No
crazy
idea.
stuff.
Yeah, I've never seen any of his stuff before.
Well, I'm officially resigning from this group and and the Panda Gang.
Was you ever invited to the Panda Gang?
I was the first one initiated. Get in line, son. It was something about mushrooms. I don't remember what I said.
You were talking about
involuntarily
how you
initiated.
See, I don't know at this point. It's still unclear at this point on if I'm the founder or not even in the Panda Gang?
I'm just curious what all it takes to get in, because apparently you just say something about mushroom, boom, you in.
Apparently, it's just if she's decided you're a member of the gang, you're a member of the gang.
I think it's a Joseph and Pharaoh type situation, Napkins. Plenty of room in the Panda Gang, only not.
And now Medic's wifey is feeling left out because she wasn't initiated and she eats mushrooms too.
I guess this means I'm not
thinking
in the
about
Panda Gang because I love mushrooms.
But you got invited to the Panda Gang.
Boom, you're in. I'm thinking about just timing some people out in chat.
I love fried mushrooms.
You're gross.
With homemade ranch. I don't know why I said it's Italian. I don't think that's anything Italian.
It's not.
I'll still find a way, bet.
That sounds like a challenge.
Well, bye, Mander.
Just
Panda
there.
Gang?
I'm so proud of my wife right now.
Yet embarrassed.
All I gotta say is these pregnant women need to stay away from the festivals they keep rolling in.
Festivals?
You got like Apple Days and all that
I was
going
gonna
on.
say, I believe this past weekend was Apple Days.
Oh.
Well, she just ruined her chance of ever having anybody else join the Panda Gang. How embarrassing.
Don't be timing out the Panda Gang.
Keep your ninjas off.
Poor Ninja's been taken up for the Panda Gang and helping call meetings. I don't think she even invited Ninja to the Panda Gang.
I don't know. I think everybody in chat's in the Panda Gang at this point.
It's the VIP. What does that even mean?
If I get a booth at Jenny Wiley Days.
What?
Sitting them down and calling their families for rides.
I'm very confused. So much is happening right now.
I'm come to the conclusion that our wives are on drugs.
Hold on.
Our wives are on
I'm
drugs,
overstimulated.
obviously.
Pregnant women. What's that got to do with the booth at Jenny Wiley Days?
She said, if we get a booth.
She's
I
talking
don't
about getting
know.
a booth and selling shirts.
Oh, I see what she's saying. If you have a
Oh.
booth and she sees pregnant women, she's going to make them sit down and leave the festival.
Okay, just a heads up, I know a lot of those have a deadline for when you can get one.
You know somebody on the inside, though.
My head hurts. And it's not from the fall, it's just from the conversation.
I have used the other for my brain.
Panda Gang?
Clip.
Holla!
Please, somebody go back and clip that.
Just search on Panda Gang. And then tag her
Make
on
that a
social
meme.
media and Facebook.
Exactly.
Make it a meme. Or an
Oh
emote
my
for the
gosh.
channel.
That would be awesome.
Out of the MRI, they said she will be going to ICU for at least the night. Neurology will be taking over the care now, from what I understand.
That's,
Did they say if the MRI showed anything? And you know, I know his name says Chad AVN, but I keep trying to read that as one word.
Cadavan.
Chadavan.
I like it. It's a new nickname for him. He's
Every
got so many.
episode. Terrific.
Chadley. Chamey. No, apparently neurology ordered the MRI prior to the consult.
Cadavan.
Yeah, I would say that they automatically had the MRI ordered due to the seizure.
Yeah. 'Cause, 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 Yeah,
But that is good news.
yeah, I would say they'll probably keep her a day, maybe 2 tops. Unless something is found at some point after today, it sounds like she'll probably be coming home pretty quick.
And they'll order her to keep peanut butter in her purse.
Now you've
Well-
heard it. Dr. Taco done said it.
They'll probably suggest that she definitely start the process to be checked for possible diabetes.
This is level 2 trauma.
That's because of her hitting her head.
Have you done any refreshes?
Dr. Taco, he has
The good
the
news
answers.
is,
And if he don't,
I think it's a
he'll
universal
still
thing
answer.
anyway. But level 2 at
You still
my
think what?
facility. I said the good news is I think it's a universal thing, but a level 2 at my facility is like technically non-life-threatening trauma.
As soon as she's feeling better, let her know that she's part of the gang. She might not want to be part of the gang. You ever think of that?
There you go, Chad.
If she sees that clip of you coming in there and yelling Panda Gang, I'm surprised there's still people in the gang right now.
She just wakes up, Chad's at her bedside, and he's like, I've got to tell you something. You've been initiated into the Panda Gang.
No explanation, nothing.
Just
Just
a
tell
solemn
her
face, and he's just so grateful and crying.
that. Yeah, don't even talk to her about anything else. That's all you're allowed to tell her when she first talks to you. Nothing else.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
You've been initiated into the Panda Gang.
Yeah, even if she's like, "What happened?" All you can say is, "You've been initiated into the Panda Gang."
No explanation.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I would say
Yes.
they've got her restrained where she had the seizure.
Well, that
And
and
if she's fighting sedation, they don't want her to pull that tube out.
yeah, I would say they'll probably take her off the vent before the night, though, if she's fighting it that much.
I don't know. There's some people they'll leave on the vent, and I used to get freaked out a lot. And you go get a patient and they're tubed and on the vent, and they're like opening their eyes and they're looking at you, or they start to move, and you're kind of like, "Whoa! I thought you were supposed to be out of it." Like, close your eyes.
Quit looking at me.
Anyways, fellers, what's left on your brains? The government shut down. Did you know that?
I did.
I knew about it, but I didn't know it had happened until like 2 days later.
Because
thought you knew
life
everything.
goes on.
Did we just find something you didn't know? Besides catfish coolie?
Flip it.
It's also-
Oh, I've got something on you. You didn't know.
Oh.
Well,
Flip it.
actually,
I do know him.
Dr. Taco, he has the answers, and if he don't, he'll still answer. I like it. We need a segment called Dr. Taco.
Dr. Taco.
Oh.
That always confused me.
What?
What do you mean they thought she was going to code? Like,
Probably because her sugar was so low. She's probably started desatting really quick.
Yeah, her vitals probably started dropping.
You don't get somebody's sugar up fast enough once they
Or maybe they're just
go
very
unconscious
pessimistic
and
people.
whatnot.
Very pessimistic people. They just thought. We're just planning for the worst.
Covering all the bases.
Yep. plan for the worst and the best happens, you can't be let down. Plan for the worst and something okay happens, you're still not let down.
Part of the Panda Gang, you're still not let down.
Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow.
How's Ninja been? I mean, he's a VIP of a gang, so I'd say he's a busy man, but...
You realize now, MoonPie, that everywhere you go, you have to randomly yell that at her.
I'll just yell it. I'll yell it. We'll be in the middle of a church. I'll just shout across the room.
When you get to your next church service and you get up, just be like, "We want to thank you for inviting the Panda Gang out, for having us here with you."
Just
Panda Gang!
Sing for altar service. Yeah, go Panda Gang!
You need to teach it to your children. That's what you need to do.
They'll just be shouting it. Wonderful.
Gonna
Absolutely.
make panda plushies.
You know they already make panda plushies, right? Trying to see if there's a way I can get there. Why's it gotta have an eye patch? It's a panda, not a pirate.
Panda Gang plushies with an eye patch.
Where did that come from? It shows we're tough.
Are you gonna give them anchor tattoos too?
They'll have an eye patch on one eye and then a scar over there. The patch will be on the wrong eye.
Even if you could, how long would it take? Days? Hurtful.
Wah, wah,
I just gonna remind Chad and the Angry Vet you are on a public chat. I'm sweating.
I gotta go.
See, that's why he has so much respect for Vet and Amy.
Yep.
Even though they have chosen to take a leave of absence for a while, they still care so much about everyone who works there that they want to do anything they can for them, even if it means dropping everything to be there with them.
Family.
I half expected you to say that like Vin Diesel in the Fast and Furious series.
I thought about it.
Now I kind of want to hear it.
Mander, I can't with you. The patch will be over the good eye too.
Just 2 eye patches. Extra tough.
Shows that we're tough. I was thinking, like, you know, if you're making plushies, like the fake stitches look.
That'd be funny.
Considered stable now. I'll notify you if anything changes, I promise. I'm assuming you mean that with us too. You'll keep us informed, right?
Right, Chadwick?
Biggest thing to remember, y'all, is to just breathe, because God's got it.
And we don't have friends. We got family.
It took him a while to get to that, didn't it?
He had
Trying to think of it. I had to find a spot to insert it and try to find that in the back of my throat.
He also had to physically restrain himself from doing it as Donald Trump.
Yeah. Listen. Who's got family? I've got family. You've got family. Everyone has family.
China.
China.
We got pandas.
China has pandas. Pandas are in China. They love pandas. They got them in their zoos. They put fake ones in the zoo so the real ones can be around. It's amazing.
So there's not pandas and zoos here?
Pandas can be in zoos everywhere. Listen, I don't say it, you say it. Who says it? Panda Gang in China.
That
No, maybe
probably
we-
is an actual gang.
Look around, look into the Panda Gang. I don't know. I've talked to Ice, I've talked to some people.
We're now on some sort of watch list because we've been mentioning the Panda Gang in
Panda
China.
Gang. You've been flagged so many times. I feel like somebody would let us know if we needed to quit that.
We'll know if we get anything submitted.
We'll get hate mail from some panda lover. There you talk about pandas with eye patches. They have beautiful eyes and their hair smells like cinnamon.
Just get hate mail and it'll be nothing but a foreign language I won't be able to even read.
All about pandas.
I'll translate it and all it says over and over and over is pandas, respect.
You talk about pandas, but you leave Red Panda alone?
Well, fellers, anything else on your brains? Taco?
Not really.
MoonPie?
I'm good. I'm good.
Napcon?
I don't think so.
Mander does say that if we get any
Panda hate mail.
panda hate mail, send them to her.
We love you, Vet.
Love you.
Look, he said he loved all of us.
I know, I don't feel as important now.
He just stripped you of all of that, Medic.
It feels so insincere now.
Yeah.
Or is that one of
I
those
got the Panda
involuntary
Gang, though.
things where he just says, like, you know, love you?
You too. God bless you. Love you too.
Well, great. Can't go back to that church.
I'm looking for new churches now.
Don't worry about it. Do you need to throw any plugs in, sir?
Gang.
Just Panda Gang, China,
Holla.
Donald Trump.
Okay.
As always, check out all of our social media platforms, including Facebook, beyondthequest.com. Hit the contact us button. You can submit anything and everything there. I will say, due to current developments, the napkin story has been placed back on hold. I cannot go into any details. Please don't ask. Please don't pry. But that is on hold currently until further notice. Use the contact us button at beyondthequest.com. Submit any kind of questions, comments, piercing critical insights. And if it's hate mail, prepare to be tore apart. And if you're not a pansy, hit the be on the show button and let's duke it out live.
Daggone.
Check
He's
out
an
our
angry
YouTube.
panda.
Check out our YouTube, our Twitches, all the things.
And on
Oh,
that
right.
note, Davis-ministries.com.
That did remind me of one other thing. Due to popular demand from the rest of SCG, the Red Dead Redemption 2 playthrough has officially been renamed to Taco Goes West.
Yeah. I think that's hilarious.
Also,
An American Tale. Taco Goes West.
special thanks to Angry Vet Nation for sponsoring the show as always.
Even
don't
when they're
forget-
being threatened to cancel us.
Don't forget, if you are a healthcare professional or a nurse and you're interested in getting sponsored by Angry Vet Nation, you can email chad@angryvetnation.org for all the details. There are some restrictions. I'm not sure what
Must
those
be in the
are.
Panda Gang.
No one whatsoever will apply and be like, I don't want to be part of the gang.
Hello,
Now that-
Miyagi.
That can become
Macaroni.
the ultra fine print in the contracts for them from now on. By
Marlo.
agreeing to this contract, you
Milo.
also agree to be
Milo.
inducted into the Panda Gang.
Kitty, kitty, kitty. Can you hear me, kitty? Kitty, 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 kitty.
He's got headphones on.
I was just wondering, don't cats have good ears?
I was wondering how long Napkins was going to let that go.
I was
Look, he's
just,
coming. He's coming. He
Come
hears
on,
me.
Miyagi.
Come to me.
No hate, but basically restrictions are must work in a hospital, clinics do not count.
Ooh.
I feel like that's understandable, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anywho, if you don't like that rule, email Chad at angryveterans. Not us. Because we have no say over that.
Probably won't work out well for you either way, but hey.
Remember Brittany in your prayers for
Absolutely.
a quick healing and recovery, complete recovery. That's all for me. I'll pass it back to you, medic.
What is your cat doing?
Going to check out Chad.
Weird.
Maybe it's seen Chad move too.
Do we have a show tomorrow or no?
I'm
No?
not sure.
I don't know what
I was
Tuesday we're
thinking
on.
it was next week.
I'm pretty sure it's next week.
That's what I thought too.
Okay. Bye, Panda fam.
Oh,
All
one
in
other thing.
favor of
I
Panda
am,
Gang meeting. Say aye.
I am strongly considering doing a birthday stream.
Do it.
So be watching the website, Facebook, and our Discord for an update on that.
Da 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 dum. Make sure you get permission with the gang.
I played the beta for Call of Duty 7.
I haven't.
I went 13 and 12.
From what I've watched and heard a lot of people, they said
I don't-
unless you're like 15, you're gonna hate it.
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
Medic Swappy says every one of us are wrong about that.
It's supposed to be tomorrow. That's what I was thinking that we were off last week.
Our last episode was recorded on the 23rd.
We
So,
did
yeah.
it on a Friday.
Well, it would have been on the 23rd. So, yeah, it is supposed to be this week.
Oops.
But
Oops.
Where's that monologue at, Taco?
Well, be watching the Facebook and the Discord for an update on if that's happening tomorrow.
Or if we're officially flipping it. Because apparently...
Get it together. We
none of us
can't.
know
We
how
got
to
so
use
many
their
things
talent.
going on. Listen, there's gang stuff that we have to deal with that we can't go into detail on.
My wife is leading a second life. I might have to move to China.
We're not studio quality at everything.
we might
Nothing's
be
in
on a
order.
couple watch lists.
We don't know. Listen, there's so many unknowns.
So many variables. And you can take that to the bank, Jack.
JAK.
It's a metaphor. Simile.
I believe it keeping it real. On it.
Is she having a stroke?
Why use lot word when few word do trick?
Seriously, what was in the bacon?
I don't know. I've not had it. I can smell it, but I've not had it.
Or is
You
Like,
can't flip it. It's
she
scheduled on my
so
Tuesday
she
off.
just had like a birthday? Did she just hit this age and suddenly go crazy, or hit that age of I don't have to have cares anymore?
Just did my nails and can't top now.
Talk to you later. Love you, peoples.
Never tried.
I think that's what that stands for.
He purposely sent that after you said, why use lot word when few word do trick?
I'm just trying. Did I translate that right? Yes. Okay.
PTFN. Tall for now.
All right, y'all. Definitely keep Brittany in your prayers. Until next time. Love y'all. Jesus loves you more. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Last stand, chasing truth with controller in hand. Faith adventure, stories untold. First responder, hearts brave and bold. Beyond the quest, where the journeys lead, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride. McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as your guide. Beyond the quest, where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride. McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as your guide. Beyond the quest, where the stories grow, faith, fun, and games in the world we know. Future calls, and the table is set. Take the leap, our best quest yet. Sometimes MoonPie. From the first light to the game's last stand, chasing truth with controller in hand. Faith, adventure, stories untold. First responder, hearts brave and bold. Beyond the quest, where the journey